Do you think about death? Does it come as a passing thought? Do you wonder sometimes what happens after? Regardless of our beliefs and our religions, if any or theories on the topic of death and what happens after, it is an undeniable fact that death is a natural occurrence. It is interesting and it's ironic how death can be a wake-up call. It reminds you of the time you have now that you're living. It brings you to your senses that you, watching this right now, are alive, despite it being a natural consequence of life for everyone. But of course, we would struggle to visualize what happens after someone who has always been there is gone. The news of Queen Elizabeth passing away has just been made known to the public. It sure raises some questions. You might be wondering, what now? What happens after a queen dies? Welcome to Savvy, where we have lots of practical wisdom to share. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more advice here on Savvy. Today, we'll learn what happens when a queen dies. How long has Queen Elizabeth been on the throne? After the passing of her father, King George VI, Queen Elizabeth II became the queen. From February 6, 1952, and after her 70th year on the throne on February 6, 2022, she had the longest reign in the United Kingdom. What will happen in the monarchy when a queen dies? Prince Charles will take over the throne after her passing. Camilla will become the Queen of Consort. The specialists at the Constitution Unit at University College London say that this is the common law rule, and it is doubtful that Prince Charles would give the kingdom to his son Prince William. The Queen said in early February 2022 she wanted Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, to be referred to as the Queen Consort when she passed. The new king will address the nation after his first meeting with the Prime Minister after the flags have been down and the cannons have been fired, commemorating the Queen's death. Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge, who is the second in line to the throne, will take on the title of Prince Wales, just like his father, while Prince Charles, if he chooses to keep his own name, will be known as King Charles III. The Queen's confidential secretary will be the first representative to deal with the news of the Queen's passing. Her confidential secretary is Edward Young. The Privy Council, the Cabinet Secretary, the most senior ministers, and the Prime Minister will also be informed. Then the information will be shared to 15 other countries, where the Queen is also the head of the state. This is by the Foreign Office's Global Response Center, which is housed in a secure location in London. They will also inform other Commonwealth countries of her passing. What are some facts about the Queen that you know of? Share some with us in the comments below. All of that happens before the news is out to the public. Regular shows including Coronation Street, Emmerdale, and EastEnders will be cancelled by BBC Two and other networks in favor of a broadcast of the announcement. A series of pre-recorded portraits will be broadcast on BBC News. Presenters who are working at the time will dress in black in preparation for the announcement. Radio DJs are told to play the news and play tasteful music. Every radio station in the UK has playlists titled Mood 2, Sad Music, and Mood 1, Very Sad Songs, that are ready to play when mourning. A footman from Buckingham Palace will emerge from the front door wearing mourning attire as soon as the news is reported in the media, and will post a sign on the gates and across Whitehall. The flags will be at half-mast. The 12-day mourning period. So there is a 12-day period. The days leading up to the Queen's burial are referred to as the D-Days. The Queen's body will stay at Buckingham Palace throughout this time. On day 5, it will be transferred to the Palace of Westminster so that people can pay their respects. For 3 days, her body will lie in state with the casket open to the public, where visitors will be welcome 24 hours a day. If you're in the UK, go ahead and pay your respects to the Queen. In the center of Westminster Hall, her coffin will be placed on an elevated box. All of this is part of the feather operation. When is the Queen's funeral? On the 10th day of the mourning period, a state funeral for the Queen will take place at Westminster Abbey. At noon, there will be a 2-minute moment of silence throughout the UK. There will be a procession both in Windsor and London. At Windsor Castle's St. George's Chapel, a funeral ceremony will be held, and this is probably going to serve as the public memorial that is broadcast on television across the country. The Queen will be laid to rest in the King George VI Memorial Chapel of the castle. Following the service, her husband, Prince Philip, her sister, Princess Margaret, her parents, King George VI, and the Queen Mother, and their coffins will be close to hers. Don't let the thought of death scare you. Let it be a reminder that it is up to us to make the most of our time as we live. As for the Queen's passing, Let us all take a moment of silence in respect for the Queen. She has lived a long and fruitful life and has served her country for a long period of her time. For most of her life, she has been in service of her people. And that is a great inspiration to many. That's enough practical wisdom for today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up below. We will be posting 4 to 5 videos per week, so click the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of our new videos weekly. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video.